You got it! Okay, that's terrifying.
Hi, I'm coming in now. If you want, you can maybe swap this with another room, and then your thermostat controls that room, and that thermostat controls this room. It's an evil thing to do, because it will frustrate people in a way that's really hard to find.
This episode brought to you by Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com/rogue, spell it right, R-O-G-U-E. Give it a free try, and when you fall in love, use promo code ROGUE at checkout. How many years between the two of us do you think we've spent on the road in hotels?
More years than many people watching this have on their belt under this earth.
You pick up a lot. This is the AC unit that I see in all the hotels that I go to. I have no idea if this is like an IR sensor or if it's certainly not actually 65 degrees.
Right, so this is made by, as you can see, Honeywell, but it gets rebadged a lot. Incom is one of the brands, and yes, it's in tons of hotels. This is a sensor, and there are other sensors around the room, and the reason we can't go below 65 or even get it to cool if we were like not in the room or if we left that door open earlier.
Yeah.
They're trying to not waste a bunch of money and light the planet on fire with carbon, which is nice,
yeah.
But I'm heavy and want it cold.
Yep.
So most thermostats, not just this brand, but many, support special hidden modes of operation.
Go
VIP
on.
mode, as it's called. People on the internet have been talking about this in traveler forums. You can search, like, what's my thermostat hack? And there'll be very kind people that have shown this.
Or Deviant can tell Brian right here.
Yes. Yeah, here, that's in the video. Go look it up.
Yeah, anyway, look it up. It's the internet.
Modern Rogue is supported.
The display button, the on-off power button, and the up are what you want, but in a special order. It's kind of like teaching your parents how Control-Alt-Delete works. So display, off, up. Should say limited environmental or VIP.
Okay.
That means you now have a special thermostat, which can drive down below the usual set point, and the real benefit, when you leave the room, it doesn't care if there's motion or if there's even a door propped open like that. It'll keep running.
Okay, because I know that there are some hotels where it's like you got to put a key in. I hate those. So this is motion sensor, not IR. That's great. Do you need to turn it back when you leave?
All this is configurable by the building manager. Typically, that'll expire or time out after a number of days.
Okay.
So an average guest stay is 2-3 days maybe. It might just automatic. And if you're in your room and you're like, hey, I'm getting kind of warm, check and see if it's still going down as low as it could go, and you don't need to set it that low, right? It'll get there, people. It'll expire, you can re-up it. You don't have to fix it before you leave, lest somebody know that you did something. Many, many, many large enterprise system-wide thermostat systems, they're not just connecting this to a single circuit because they're monitoring the whole building conditions. They're part of a central plant of data. This unit is addressable, so if you just take it off the wall, you won't often see the same simple wires that you would see at home. By the way, if you're in an Airbnb or something, those simple wires, there's wiring diagrams, you can just alligator clip on. You can turn on the AC with some jumpers. These won't look like that. These will be like an actual data interface. That's because this is sending a command saying, I'm in room 420 right now. Please turn down the AC in 420, and my temperature is this. If you want, you can maybe swap this with another room, and then your thermostat controls that room, and that thermostat controls this room. I don't know that you'd want to do that, because it's an evil thing to do, because it will frustrate people in a way that's really hard to find.
What are you doing to me, Deviant? What are your go-to tricks?
In general, I want to have my drinks cold, my sleep undisturbed, and know that the door's not opening.
Yeah. Drinks cold, there's usually ice.
Well, there's an ice machine, but not every hotel will have a fridge.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell everyone this, everyone's gonna start doing it and they'll get onto us, but you know that hotels have to give you a fridge for certain medical reasons.
No, I did not know
Oh God,
that.
yeah. There's many types of medicine that have to be refrigerated.
Of course.
And they can't, much like with a service animal, they can't demand paperwork because the law says that's not your business, They can't demand, show me your diabetes, like.
Well, and also you don't even need to fib on it because if, you can, here's kind of the larger hack is just whenever possible, talk to a person. Call down to the front desk and say, hey, I need a refrigerator. What is the best way for us to handle it? Notice I didn't say, can I have a refrigerator? Notice I didn't ask, are there refrigerators? I said, I need a refrigerator. I handed them my problem. I said, how should we handle this? And then you actually get somewhere.
Because you make someone else the villain, not them. You say, oh, you know what? My office booked this. They might not have put it in the booking notes. That's not your fault.
Right.
Of course you want to give me the fridge. You would have already done it if you had known.
First thing they're gonna do is try to kick it back to you. You're gonna say, how are we gonna handle it? They're like, I have no idea. And it's like, boop, but I need a refrigerator. And they're like, well, I don't have one down here. Boop, well, if you were in my shoes, what should we do? Or you know, what is the shortest path to getting cold things up here? And then you could just keep kicking it back, and eventually they'll figure out that it's much easier for them to flex a little bit or to volunteer to keep your favorite soda in their own fridge, because I guarantee you there's a fridge in the break room or something like that.
We call it being a polite, persistent problem. Standing there, not dismissing it, because there's human cues in conversation. I've delivered the bad news. You should leave my site now. And then when you fail to do that, you're like, well, what do you suggest we're gonna have to do then?
Yep.
And then you leave that meatball hanging out there awkwardly. So they're like, well, I'm not getting rid of this person.
Well, and also you oftentimes, if you try to solve and do their job for them, you miss really interesting things. Like, for example, let's say there's more bodies than there are beds in here. And maybe there's a negotiation and someone's like, I'll sleep on the floor. So you think, okay, what do we need? We need a blanket. So you call, you're like, can I have a blanket? And now you've walked right past. For all you know, you could have called downstairs and said, hey, we have one extra person. What should we do? Hand them your problem. And then they'll know, oh, you want me to put a rollaway bed in there?
Exactly.
Or you want me to move you to this other suite that has an extra fold-out couch or whatever? Like, when they're actually solving the problem for you, you get much better results.
Yeah, so the medical need for a fridge is one that we always do. And we have people on our team that actually medically need. You can't stick this actual biomedicine in ice. It will kill it, but a fridge is what you need.
Well, and if you're not comfortable full-on fibbing, they're like, no, I really need a fridge. It is very important. And if they ask why, you're like, it's personal. And then that'll be enough to it's personal. What's personal? The fact that I want a fridge and I need you to help me find one.
Absolutely.
The end.
Yes.
Okay, now the whole reason we're here at your hotel room is because you were talking about the personal security aspect of things. Did I hear you right? You said you're a door certified specialist or something?
So in addition to being a lock technician and a safe technician and a vault inspector, I learned how to do door inspections, literally life safety and fire safety door inspections.
Would this normally be the purview of like the fire department or who?
It's handled typically by the private sector to do the inspections because it's the fire marshal or the local authority having jurisdiction who's enforcing that regulation. But you can imagine we're in one building that must have, I don't know, 200 rooms in it.
Got it. So
that fire chief can't go to every building in town.
And you don't want just your cousin Eddie running up and down. You want somebody who has a piece of paper that says, I know how to look at a door and know whether or not it's going to help stop a fire and kill everyone.
So many people aren't aware that the doors in hotels, they think, oh, this is a big, heavy door and it's got a closer on it. Well, that's for my privacy. No, actually, doors in hotels are meant to be a safe haven area. If there's a fire in the building and you can't escape, this is a fire-rated door. Many of you have fire-rated doors in many structures, and you can always check by looking for stickers and markings on the inside of the frame.
Can we?
Yeah,
let's check this out. All right.
We've opened our door and we're here in the hallway looking at the door jamb. What do you see?
Well, the UL is Underwriters Laboratories. They take all the testing super seriously. To get any kind of electronics into your Walmarts, your Targets, or whatever, everything has to be Underwriters Laboratories certified. I don't know what this one is.
That's Warnock Hersey or Intertech. They're another similar body that does the same kind of work. So does QAI, FM Global, Factory Mutual. These are the four bodies that can certify fire-resistant doors.
There's a sticker on the door itself that says VT Industries.
That's who made the door.
Listed fire door. So is the stickers basically you're checking to make sure they have the labels on them?
Yes, that's one of the first things we check as an inspector. The labels must be visible and legible because many times they get painted over or they get beat up and knocked off.
Okay.
So this door, made by VT, you can actually see what it's rated for. You can see how many minutes of fire endurance it is
So
rated
this says S on it. Does that mean something?
That's for a smoke seal. So if you see an S, one of the things we check is the smoke seal present and functional?
Oh my God, this is great. And what's this logo down here?
Warnock Intertech.
Oh, that's the same
certification.
one there.
Yep.
Got it. So the jam is certified and the door is certified.
Yep, the full assembly will consist of both parts.
This is internal, I assume, this QR code?
That's probably for some internal journaling or maybe even housekeeping.
I was about to say, because housekeepers keep this propped open while they clean, they probably just log in, so they're able to get speed of service metrics on all that. I'm seeing that the hinges are also UL certified.
If it is attached to a fire-rated door, it should bear a fire rating on the marker. The hinge is the one thing that's not required to be labeled, but everything else.
There's another UL right there.
The closer certified, there you go.
So let's talk about the most important part, the security of your door. How kickable is this door?
That's the point, not very kickable. You have a rated and labeled door frame assembly. The door itself is heavy material. There's a lot of steel involved in fire doors. It really frustrates me that people have this terrific door and then they say, I'm gonna secure myself with a $10 piece of plastic from Alibaba.
Okay, we'll get to that, but what you're talking about is the fact, now some of them, this little peg here, this is the privacy, sometimes there's a chain.
So you say, I did everything right. I flipped the night latch, I put the thumb turn. Anybody outside can't get in.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's just saying buzz off, you don't count.
Yes, it's saying, hey, something's locked on the inside.
And I guess okay, so in theory, the only way to enter this mode is if somebody's inside, so you just knock on the door and say, hey, wake up. And now this should work.
If somebody has the master key for the building, the override key, there are other
or housekeeping, I assume?
Yes, sometimes they give housekeeping that right, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
But maintenance and other supervisor key cards will still give you the green light no matter what the switch has been flipped to on the rear side.
Okay, let's assume that you don't trust the little latch thing because
Which you should not.
Yeah, exactly.
You've seen ads for anything like this?
Well, I have not. You acted like everybody should know what these are. I've never seen this ever. And it looks fairly robust, but you're telling me this is garbage?
It's terrible. It's cheap plastic and cheap metal that's thin and flimsy. Again, you've got a heavy-duty door. The law and building code says this has to be a heavy-duty door.
What even is this?
It is supposed to fit around your deadbolt in through here, which sometimes it will actually, this one is not even going to install cleanly. There we go, let's see. So you might notice the first thing that's happening, did you hear the deadbolt didn't even fire?
Did you just ask me if I heard that something didn't happen?
Yes.
You know what? I heard that crystal clear.
Yes. This isn't even allowing the deadbolt to fire outward.
Yeah.
Even if it did, though, the idea is you say, okay, well, I kind of jam this in here, and now this is preventing anyone from coming in. So you can see if somebody were to come in, well, it blocks the door, as is seen in many little cheap advertisements.
Yeah.
You're blocking it with nothing. So I want you to install this, and I'm gonna go on the outside of the door for a second.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and this is around which part again? It's around?
It's supposed to fit over this
But
this.
it can't
either
possibly.
one. You can put it over either one.
Okay.
It's not gonna matter.
All right, first, and then, okay, feels pretty secure. There it is. Okay, so that's latched on there. This thing does a thing.
So the red will be on your right.
There we go. All right. It seems like you're not going to be able to open it.
Okay, so let's say I'm trying to come in, right? Now I've turned the handle. However, oh no, you have something else blocking the door. Hi, I'm coming in now.
It's pretty effective. This is garbage simulation. So here's the situation. You do not trust these guys because you can subvert them. You are using the privacy mode. So in theory, only the manager can get in, but you want to stop the manager. How could a bad guy get in on this?
Underdoor tool.
So I assume this is a lot like what we did with autos.
Yes.
Automobiles, vehicles, horseless carriages.
So being able to reach in as if you were on the inside and grab handles or pull knobs, that is a common entry technique that locksmiths and other people have been using for a long time.
I'm gonna make you go 0 to 100 and
Yeah.
just, I'll lock this and you could just be a bad guy.
Yes.
I guess that's literally your job.
Okay.
All right, I've got, Okay, there we go, privacy engaged. Oh, wait, housekeeping? Wait, no, you say that.
Housekeeping?
Yes, we're fine. Don't come in. Oh, I think he's coming in. Yep, he's definitely coming in.
Oh my God, this is tight as hell.
Okay, this is almost comical. This is amazing. Oh, because you don't need to do the tiny knob, you just need to get the giant ADA compliant handle.
This is awful.
There you go. Okay, a little, oh, you got it. Tighten her up. Oh! You got it! Okay, that's terrifying. So that kind of brute force attack, how would you, against there can be no defense, crane kick? I speak only metaphors. I'm like Darmak and Gelada Tanagra.
Well, this door actually has a mechanism that was frustrating us quite a bit.
Is it the awesomely good gasket seal?
Yes, not only there, but have a look at this teeny button over here.
Okay.
That little plunger button is actually triggering what's called a dynamic door bottom. So when this door shuts, the bottom of the door is actually sealing extra tightly.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
So that's an environmental seal for light and sound and temperature control, but it's not a real interlocking door bottom, which we do offer to clients in their high security facilities.
Right.
You're still gonna get an underdoor tool through there if you jam hard enough and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, like if you have a magically long finger that can sneak under the door and pull down, how do you stop against that?
So when you let the door close, it fires the deadbolt. We've proven, however, that somebody with a key can still open it. And you say, all right, well, I don't want most keys like the maid's key to work. I want to put privacy mode on, so flip that thumb turn.
Yep.
So now only the supervisor could come in, or an underdoor tool. But the underdoor tool, what happens when you hit that big handle? It retracts everything. There is, in fact, a mechanical linkage between these two components. This is not worthless, you just need to keep it in this position.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. So as long as this is like that, you're good.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's ever been in a dorm room when they were doing something they shouldn't, and the RA tried to come in, and you just tell everyone to quiet down, and you just do this as hard as you can, and they're out there twisting their key. Yeah, and then they think the door's broken, or at least they did in my case. If we want this to just stay held shut, well, you need to have a buddy with you, and you sleep while they stand here for 4 hours.
I smell a unless.
Or you can just put a strap on this, and all credit to the original idea, a lovely lady named Melinda Moore. She is no longer with us, she passed away a while back. But this idea, the idea of what if I just put a strap that jams this in place, has been with us ever since.
Well, do you know when roughly this idea, it sounded like these were popular and then just kind of fell off the map.
I looked at the patent, long expired, it was like 30 years ago.
That's amazing.
So she made this, and her husband Ron had a little business selling it with her. And then I did a video long ago to some of my people, and they said, who are you, crazy person with a weird name? Our sales went through the roof. And I said, oh yeah, I love your stuff. I like your product. And they sent me a bunch of them, and I started giving them to people.
Yeah, all right, show me how it works. So from the context clues, I assume that basically we're just gonna keep that from happening by wedging it.
So all of these locks from different manufacturers have different geometry, but there's always some way that you can wrap a strap around that thumb turn and keep force on it down this side. And you might say, all right, what do I need, like a brick or like a big heavy weight? No, you've got a nice heavy post right here on your door handle. Bring it up and around.
And then now you physically can't get it.
Yeah.
And actually, let's undo it because I want to know what if this is engaged, it stops even the The door code?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess the key already doesn't work
because that's
it's in privacy mode.
Yeah, so the keys won't work.
Okay.
The override keys won't work. Many of these locks do feature mechanical overrides as well if the batteries die.
Right.
But as someone out there, they'll snap the head off a key before they can even get this to turn.
These are fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna buy them from you and put them on Scam Stuff, but until that happens, where can people get these?
As is craftily seen, redteamtools.com, sir.
Dude.
But yours will be nice gold colored with your branding. That's what happened. Melinda passed away and their website just went away. I tried to order them during the pandemic and I was like, what happened to Ron and Melinda? And I found the obit. So we're keeping their memory alive. We make these now. And we wanted these too good of an idea to not be out there.
All right, well then I'll tell you what. You know what? Let's give away a bunch of these at gimme.scamstuff.com. Sign up, we'll do a free giveaway.
Hell yeah,
dude, Deviant, so good to see you again, man.
You as well.
Oh boy, guys, the world is moving fast. I don't know if you know, but
robots are doing a lot of things.
here's my take, and I'm sincere about this. If you have a message that you want out in the world, there's never been a better time to be a human being and make a dent in the universe, thanks to tools like Squarespace. Squarespace.com/rogue, give it a free try. The biggest ideas, the most world-changing thoughts happen in the quietest of moments, and when one of those lightning bolts of inspiration strikes you, you can do something with it. You can get a beautiful award-winning design for your portfolio, blog, any other kind of website. As you grow, it'll scale with you because they have distributed hosting. You can be an overnight success. You can expand it in members-only sections to email lists to an e-commerce platform. And the newest bit is they have AI robots that are trained on all this award-winning design data. It's easier than ever to make sure that your art matches your message. Don't take my word for it. Head on over to squarespace.com/rogue. When you sign up, make sure to use promo code ROGUE at checkout. Thank you, Squarespace.
This video is funded in part by viewers like you over at patreon.com/modernrogue, where you can watch this video unedited from all camera angles simultaneously, and you can see the unexpected ending to this shoot that we weren't able to include in the edit. You could also get your name in the credits that you'll be seeing right now.
Okay. Okay, so in theory, oh, look at this. This is coming out.
Oh, I would have to ding him for that.
Oh, would you?
I would just be polite and I would tighten it down.
Yeah, okay.
But if every door I was coming across had loose screws, I'd be like, hey guys, come on, what are you doing here?